one of the things we have to do sometimes when we have games like this is put them in perspective, right? One, Boise State probably shouldn't have been ranked to start off with, and that's a problem with early rankings.
Sure, definitely.
But they beat a ranked team. Florida basically took a dump on that game.
Oof.
Like they did everything they could because they always felt like they were so much better than USF that we'll get them on the next drive or the next play or whatever.
Game, for sure.
And then the time ran out and they lost. But kudos to USF for taking advantage of that. Sometimes you have teams who don't take advantage of that.
Right. Georgia Tech, back-to-back years.
So is it hard to truly establish how good they are based on those two games? And I'm not saying that they're not good and don't have talent, but I'm saying to that level.
No, I get you. It is a bit of a tough read because it is a little wonky. You're like, what do these wins mean for them? But look, it only is what it is. People thought they were going to lose both the games.
Correct.
And
they were big underdogs in both of them.
They were like, well, how about this? And we do know they got a very talented, experienced quarterback who's got a lot of reps on him. And he can do a lot of things. So I don't know, man. Like I'm definitely not overlooking them, but I think Cristobal knows that too coming into this. So that's going to be an interesting thing with this matchup coming into it. And while we're excited for it, and you guys can of course listen to it right here on WQAM. If you guys want to watch it, it's going to be on the CW this week with this man on the call. Will Blackmon joining us here on the show. He joins us on the Toyota of Hollywood guest line. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location, Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan, toyotaofhollywood.com. Will, how are you, man?
I just had to get a fresh cut, man. I'm sorry, guys. I'm starting a little late. I had to get the cut. My barber that I use in the league is actually here in Miami, so I had to get a cut. So,
well, I could have came over there and taped you up, dog. I could have got you.
No one told me. I didn't get a memo. Listen, it wasn't in my email or nothing. Otherwise, we'd have been good.
You got.
I would have came to your studio and it would have been like that.
Here's the deal: never get a haircut from a bald guy. He don't have hair. How he gonna fade you up? So
because he wishes he had the haircut. That's why.
I take care of that hair.
What's up, fellas?
So, Will, what do you think of this matchup coming into to this week? I mean, is UCF the real deal? Do they got a shot to upset the Canes here, or do you think the Canes know now that they've been sneaking up on everybody?
Yeah, I mean, I think for sure they gained the respect of everybody, definitely of Miami. The thing that stands out about South Florida is, people look like, okay, they're the group of six, whatever it is. And
hey, Will. One sec. Would you mind reconnecting without the AirPods? Something's going on weird with your audio. It's a little strange. Like it keeps fading in and out. So we want to be able to hear you good.
Am I good now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. It was, I guess, my other one. Whatever. I'm sorry, fellas.
No, it's all good.
Yeah. No, I think with South Florida, they definitely gained the respect of their opponent, especially Miami. I would say the thing that stands out to them, if you really look at this roster, they got all adults. It's all grad students. They went out there. Coach Golish went out there and got some experienced guys, and so that's what especially like up front. The offensive line, all grown ups. Defensive line, adults. So that's what really stands out. So, that's why they're able to fight. They're able to battle when the game becomes close. It's because they have that experience, and that's what's really helping them project and win these games.
You think it's weird because everybody talks about the transfer portal and NIL and stuff like that. But then when you go to all these different teams and you see them play, they all seem to put their team together differently based on where they are and whether it's Power 5 or
right.
The other leagues. And so you might have a lot of teams in this conference that have a lot of fifth-year seniors that come in there because they can't go and just get a transfer from Alabama or something like that. So are you seeing a lot of this, especially in conferences like the one USF is in?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like right now what they're doing is they're finding guys who really want that that last chance to compete, to battle.
Right.
And I'm sure too, one of their selling pitches is their schedule. Like, hey, we got Boise, hey, we got Miami. Like, come on this year. So they're able to find that, and I think just overall with the whole portal, there are so many teams trying to get off the ground quickly with their team. I did the SMU Baylor game last week, and Coach Lashley, he really went after the portal hard when they moved into the ACC. But now he's in a chance where they won, and so now because they are winning, is helping them recruit the high school kids. So now they have more high school kids and transfers on their team versus last year. And so right now, that's the thing too. If you get portal kids, like you got to win. That's how you get the high school kids. So it goes hand in hand.
Well, what did you think of Miami's? It's tough, obviously, to garner from last week. They're taking on Bethune, so you got to take care of business.
Yeah.
What did you think of their opening week performance against Notre Dame?
I thought it was awesome because Notre Dame is, known as probably one of the best coached schools by Marcus Freeman. They're going to be disciplined, tough. They got the athletes. They got the best corner. They got some of the best receivers. Always have a top D line and secondary. But I thought it was a huge statement win out the gate to go against a team like that who, competed for a national championship. So to do that in that fashion, I thought it was awesome. A tough game, a really fought home game. And for me, it's kind of like, man, when I grew up and even grew up in the 90s, playing in 2000, like Miami, like that was it. That was one of the teams that was, if not the team, that was handling business. So for me in college football, when Miami's doing well, like college football is all good.
Yeah, well, you were in those years where the vaunted move to the ACC, which feels like it has cursed Miami ever since they left the Big East, the Boston College and Virginia Tech and Miami all going. It's just like, oh, they haven't been able to get over the hump and finally win this conference.
It's been it's been forever. You're right. I just saw that. That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, right. I'm excited, man. Florida football so far is back. Obviously, just talking about the conference alone, Florida State, Miami, and plus, obviously, it's all Florida now making noise. I think right now, like they're doing a good job of keeping everybody at home. A lot of this talent was leaving the state, going to other places. I mean, you out there got people from Florida playing at USC. Like, what's going on? I live in Cali, so I'm seeing these Florida kids out there. But it's cool when all the kids are staying home and guys are battling. Guys as in coaches are recruiting the same kids. So that's fun for me to see that.
Well, I want to go to USF and Miami. Miami has shown that offensively and defensively up front, they are big, they are strong, they are dominant, and they beat Notre Dame at their own game because everybody said, "Oh, you got to be scared." The offensive line, defensive line is dominant for Notre Dame. Do you see? Is there anybody or anyone that could compete on the USF front on either side with that size, that talent? Because I think that's where the game is going to probably be won.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I think collectively, Leroy, that it's gonna come down to that because I would say early on in the game, yeah, they're gonna do some things, but then they're gonna deal with that man, Ruben Bain over there, who, I mean, for a full 60 minutes, man, he does not let up. I mean, he's making plays, he's getting picks, he's getting sacks, he's getting TFLs, he's doing everything. So I think it's going to be a matter of can they sustain it all game long? Can they collectively, just mentally, like, finish the fight? Because there's one thing, yeah, you can have experience and what have you, know what to do, be smart and all that stuff. But when push comes to shove, and that monster, starts growing a tail and some horns, starts spitting fireballs at you, are you ready to handle that? Are you down to handle that situation? So, especially like, what if USF gets down? They got to start throwing the ball. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
Now, are you going to be able to handle that situation there? So, time will tell. I mean, right now it's like, man, they've been doing a great job, but you're right, they're dealing with a different beast when it comes to Miami.
What's the scariest thing that Byron Brown can do against the Canes? Because he's got, it feels like, weapons on the feet and with the arm.
Yeah, I think it's all the above. I think like you're so ready for him to run the ball, but then he got two receivers averaging 20 yards a catch. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he'll let it go one or the other. So it's just a matter of, I think the thing for him is just continue to trust his protection, because there are a lot of times he would bail out early and he'll run to the side where Ruben is. You know what I'm saying? So Ruben's going to be ready for that. So I think for him, just the overall dynamics. I mean, there's the comparisons stat wise with Jaden Daniels, what he did at LSU and what have you. So you have that, but he just his overall playmaking ability, like that's what you like.
Have you liked Carson Beck's early going with the Canes? I know there was a lot of pressure on him coming into this year.
Yeah.
What have you thought?
Yeah, I do like Carson Beck, man, just because I feel like he came from a lot of pressure. He played at Georgia. I mean, that's being a quarterback there alone is a lot of pressure. So I think now he's in a fresh situation, fresh start, and he feels good. And he looks real comfortable. He's actually a bigger quarterback than I thought. I met him at the ACC kickoff, and that's a big dude. So yeah, he's comfortable, man, and you love to see that for him.
This kid they got, Malachi Tony. I mean, he kind of burst onto the scene that first game, but 17 years old. I mean, he's. I think everybody's kind of raving like, what is this Canes career going to look like already at this age?
Yeah, I mean, let the man enjoy this year, one day at a time, man. He is electric though. Like he doesn't look like it on the field. He looks like he's been there. He looks like a senior when he's playing. So
right.
Yeah, he's dynamic, man. He already has a pro body. He's very, very strong. He's insanely smart just based on the 2 games. Like he knows where to go. He knows what to do in terms of whether it's beating the guy with the press or finding, open spots in the zone. Like he's a mentally mature receiver.
Talking to Will Blackmon. You guys can catch him on the call this week on the CW from Miami, USF. Hey, Will, before we get you out of here, your time in the league, is it ever a good thing when you're having a players-only meeting in week 2? Because the Dolphins had that this week, and I feel like that's a bad sign.
Look, man, I'm so concerned with the Dolphins, man. Overall, like that. Here's the thing. It's one thing you could be very, very smart. You can be a smart coach. You could be an inspirational coach. But the hard thing about when you become a head coach, especially in the NFL, you're a CEO as well. So you're so busy with not just with the team, but everything outside that has to do with the organization. And the hardest thing to do is to capture the team. That's the most important thing, is to capture the team. And yeah, when things are going well, they're going well. But what happens when it doesn't? You face adversity. Like, are you built to handle that? And I think so far what you've seen, like, it hasn't been going that well. When you have players like Raheem Mostert speaking out, like that to me was the ultimate red flag when he started speaking out. And you can see the frustration with Tua every interview. Like he's getting real defensive every time he's getting interviewed. And I think the writing's on the wall, man. They got to hold it down, but it's tough to see. I've seen it before.
Yeah, well, we got a lot more faith in the college team right now than the pros. We'll look forward to watching this weekend, Will. Thanks for the time, man.
All right, man.
Thanks, Will.
Thank you, Will.
There you go. Check Will out this weekend on the call.
Tell you what, there's not.
USF.
There's no Bethune-Cookmans in the NFL. That's the problem.
Mm-mm.
You don't have no weeks to get right.
We might be the Bethune-Cookman.
Dude, did you see a poll that they had? Like they were ranking, like the top 30, all the 32 teams in the NFL, and they had the Giants and the Saints as ass cheeks, and they had the Miami Dolphins as mega ass cheeks.
What? Yeah. Mega ass cheeks.
Mega ass cheeks.
I saw that Richie Incognito made his return to media this week, or has made his debut in media this week, and his great analysis after his NFL career has been Tua is ass. And I'm just like, that's Richie Incognito. Welcome to the media game.
Yeah,
he nailed it.
Listen, I mean, you could put any quarterback into a situation, and I would say telling him to throw to a spot that has somebody standing there is going to make any quarterback look bad, to where you can't, if you go back to 2023, the throws that he was attempting are much different than what he's doing now. And for the life of me, I can't figure out why, because I thought from that point, this offense would expand and find more creative ways to give him more opportunities to make throws because he's accurate. But it all seemed to have come to the middle of the field. And that's the thing that troubles me more than anything with this team, is that we're looking at a person or a player and his ability to play without really understanding what he's being asked to do. And is that limiting him? Like, at some point, back him up and let him make a couple of reads. Go here or here. You don't have most quarterbacks don't have the whole field to read. Once you see a defense play out, whether it rolls to one side, rolls to the other side, plays too deep or four across, just with that setup, you have an idea just with the play concept of where you're going to exploit the field. And it doesn't seem like those things are happening. So are you limiting Tua by having him throw that deep square in to Alec Ingold?
Dade South is referring to them as the BBL Dolphins.
Well, they are in Miami.
That's true. Hopefully they don't go to the fix-a-flat ones.
Well, that's what we got right now. We got fix-a-flat, and guess what? There's been complications.
Listen, it turns out it was liquid cement. I don't know what to tell you.
No, it ain't even firm. They ain't using cement. It ain't even firm. It ain't even firm. Right now, they're using whale lard.
Oh my God!